I'm just playing with my cat.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, you got a lemur on your desk.
Yeah, he's always like going
You
right.
got a lemur tail.
Like he wants to wag his tail in front of the camera. He needs his attention.
Little slut. I love it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the pickup line. I'm Hannah Vaughn.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's where I'm supposed to talk. I'm Ethan Micheal.
I feel like we haven't introduced ourselves in a while. So you're like, yep, you are Hannah Vaughn. We're going to talk about sex, love, and relationships as usual. Just candidly, about our lives. Because that's what we do here.
And if you can be friends with your ex. And dude, Hannah, I tried so hard to get, I reached out to 3 different exes and I was like, can one of you please call? I'm like, one's not feeling well. The other one has kid issues and the other one goes to bed early. I'm like, man, one of you fuckers needs to call in. And yes, I would call them fuckers. That's okay.
Oh.
It's in a friendly way. I banter with
those fuckers. Oh my god!
Like,
you can stay friends with your exes, and you can get to a point where you can call them fuckers. It is possible, everyone.
It is, like,
in a nice way too.
To give you an example, I like if Lori had woken up before me, and she was still in bed, I'd turn around and I'd see a smile on her face and 2 middle fingers. That would be like her good morning, and we'd start cracking
I
up.
woke up first. Yeah, it's nice when you can friendly. I mean, I guess not everyone's into it, but from my perspective, like, I think we said this last week. If I roast you, that means I love you. So, pretty much.
Yeah, the more. It's almost like I feel closer with you in a way.
Yeah, I feel comfortable enough to like say this, like to just like talk smack, and I know that you won't take it. Like, you won't know I'm serious. I am doing it ironically, I guess. But hey, if you guys want to talk about can you be friends with your exes, how you've maintained a friendship with your ex, or why you should not be friends with an ex in particular, like when it's not okay, you can call 951-364-2430, numbers on the screen. But in the meantime, Ethan and I will, per usual, share too much.
Yeah, usually we have the tendency to just blah, 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 blah. And that's okay. I'm sure we'll go like 28 different directions. But that's what's fun about this, is we get to talk about so much.
Yeah. Ethan, are you friends with any of your exes?
Yeah. So I only have, I don't want to say beef, but...
Beef.
Pork.
You have pork. Wait, no. You have... Never mind.
Whatever it's called.
That sounds like
we're okay. We're cool. Did it just get echoey? Did my volume?
I didn't hear an echo.
Okay, cool. We're cool, but I'm like, you know,
fuck with them.
Yeah, there's just some people that suck. But overall, oh, dude, I just thought of one other one I should have messaged and been like, called in. You remember when I told you the horrible loss of my virginity story?
You're still friends with her?
Yeah, I sent her a video. I was like, dude, and she's like, I wasn't expecting that at all. And she started busting up laughing.
That's awesome. She sounded cool.
Yeah, she was, dude. She was a gamer girl, man.
She sounded really patient. If you want to know what Ethan and I are talking about, he talked about how he lost his virginity at the back of a Whole Foods, and his telling of that is hilarious. It's like one of our first episodes.
Let's just say there was... Ooh, did my mic get quiet? Let's just say there was a lot of issues down there for me when I was trying to perform. But that's not it. The story gets more exciting. But if you want to hear it, jump back to our earlier episode. Which episode was that? Because I feel like
it was our first, not our like pilot where you were kind of where I was kind of auditioning live. I think it was like our first. Was it?
Yes, that was our first episode. I'm going to see if I can find the link to that real quick.
Yeah, our first episode. I'm friends with some of my exes. I've had a lot of exes, and I'm friends with. I think I have like a half and half. Like friends to not friends ratio, and I think that's pretty successful.
That is pretty
a lot of people don't like, once you break up, you're bye forever. I don't know. I did a lot in high school though, so I was like, I don't know if that counts. I'm so young that I still feel like my high school boyfriends are my exes. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Oh yeah, you are. I always forget you're so much younger than me.
I'm a wee baby.
You're like a little baby.
I'm like a little baby. Well, like I was in like long-term relation. Like I would date. There's 3 boys who I dated for over a year in high school. So I feel like for high school that was so long, and so like they had an impact on me. You know what I mean? And 2 of them I still am in contact with. One of them tries to hit me up every once in a while, and even though I've said don't talk to me anymore, likes to find their way into my life somehow. So I just whatever, dead to me. Anyway, the other 2, they're fine. It's not like go ahead.
I found the episode. I just put it in the comments. So if you want to see the embarrassing virginity story, links in the comments.
There we go. It's really funny. It's one of like the first like crazy things I've learned about you, because like we hadn't really spoken at length until then. And right out the gate, you're like, this is how I lost my virginity in a car and behind Whole Foods. And it's amazing. It's a hilarious story. Yeah, but 2 of my boyfriends from high school, like, you know, like we were young and immature. And so like, we don't hate each other, and we're friends on Facebook, and everyone like, you know, sometimes I'll wish one of them like a happy birthday. I'll comment on their Facebook post. We don't hate each other, but, and then the like serious boyfriends, after that, there's only like one that we were together for 4 years. And like, even though our breakup was really, it wasn't a messy breakup. It was a messy up and down roller coaster relationship to begin with. We had a lot of great times. And then our relationship was kind of just more like a tragic white flag of just like, this isn't working anymore. Goodbye.
You mean when do you mean red flag, or do you actually mean like white flag?
Like I surrender. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, it was like a surrender rather than like an explosion of like, fuck you, I never want to see you again. And even though like when I tell the details of that story, people are like, why do you still talk to him? And I'm like, why does he still talk to me? You know, like you don't see what happened in the entirety of the relationship. We both made mistakes. And I think we both just recognized that we were trying and young, and I still talk to him all the time. I adore that man, and just, you know, and we didn't work out. We wanted different things, and that's okay. I forgive him. He forgives me, I guess. We play games a lot, and we talk a lot of shit to each other because we're very comfortable. I mean, he went and visited my mom recently, like to like drop something off, because like, you know, he still lives near her, and you know, like we have a good relationship. We really do. Right.
That's good. That's important.
Like, why not?
Important if possible. I know in some cases there are exes who just suck. Like, let's just say there was a situation where one was like publicly bashing me. It was this one I have semi beef with, and I'm just like, wow, like, okay, cool. Like, if that's how it's gonna be.
That's so embarrassing. Like, I haven't done that kind of stuff since high school, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I ever did, but I haven't felt like I even wanted to since high school.
Yeah. So outside of that, it's been pretty chill. I will say, dude, the one who got away, I found out is single.
Is that a good, like, I don't know if I want to encourage that or not.
Why not?
Like, were they good for you and they left? Yes. Like, I need to know the context.
Yes, dude. So it was just a really crappy time in my life.
So it was your fault.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
But we were very, like, we hit it off on so many levels, like physically, goofiness, sexually, mentally, like we just like jived. But it was kind of when I was getting, like, there were issues with Lori.
Okay.
And, or my partner at the time. And I needed to cut off contact with her and make things work with my partner at the time.
A noble thing.
Yeah. So,
but now we're here.
now we're here.
And you
And
should shoot your shot.
I'm actually trying to a little bit, but here's the thing. You know how I'm naturally flirty?
I guess.
If
Yeah.
okay, like
You haven't flirted with me. Like, you're friendly. You're friendly.
right. Okay. I say flirty because most people think it's flirty, but I'm just friendly. So
I can relate. I can relate.
correction.
Yeah.
So you know how I'm friendly. Well, for some reason, like when I really like someone, that just kind of and
Oh my God, me too.
and all of a sudden I can't flirt anymore. I'm just like tripping over my feet, saying stupid things like duh 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 duh. Like it's just yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, hey, keep me updated. I'm really curious.
But man, I wished one of them would have been able to call in today. One could have probably shared some interesting stories of me from high school.
Oh God. I don't even want to go into, man, I was so weird in high school.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, who wasn't, you know? I like, for one, I was like severely emo. Like, I don't know. Some people, like, I feel like people are going to be surprised when I tell them that because of how different I look now. But people are always like, "Oh yeah, I see it. You look like you were an emo or you act like you were an emo person." I'm like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah,
I
what does
don't.
an emo person act like?
What does an emo person act like? I don't know. I don't think an emo is like a fashion thing. So I don't really know what an emo person. Emo, I guess, if you want to put like characteristics to it, like yeah, like emo, like ugh, no one understands me. But like emo kids aren't really like that. Like we like really sad music, but it's not like we're like sad all the time. But like the hair and the face and the black and all that stuff. So it's like I was like that, but I've always been bubbly, even though I like really sad music and I have depression, but like I've always been like this.
So I feel bad. I used to like make fun of emo people. Like
No, please, like we deserved it.
No, nobody deserves.
It's like the cringiest thing ever. No, I mean, like I miss the way I was just because like I think I had a better fashion sense. Like now I'm just like so plain. Like I look so like not professional, like, like I wear suits and stuff, but like I look so presentable. And like, before I was like out there and had like, and I don't know, I made more like a statement. I had like lip piercings and like crazy hair and it was fun. But a lot of like the music and the lyrics and like the attitude and like posting lyrics in your like MSN Messenger status is like just in having like really dark poetry on your Tumblr. It was like insufferable. So like I get it.
It was kind of to deal with.
Yeah, it was just too much, man.
I will say this. I have always had a thing for emo and goth girls. Just the look is like the darkness or the short hair or the dark, like.
You into freaks?
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the topic before you get a little carried away. Yes, you should not always be friends with your exes because there are some people who are just genuinely toxic for you. I wish I could be friends with all my exes, but if I try to, I know that I would suffer. I have tried to be friends with people who just were not good for me, even as a friend, because I'm like, I really like you as a person. Why can't we just be friends? Like we obviously aren't working romantically, but you're a cool person. I had this one guy who, oh God. So I'm like reluctant to talk about this because we're not on good terms. But whatever. If he sees this, then oh well, it's the truth. It's not like I'm outing him for anything. Like it just didn't work out. But
say his name.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I don't want to like, when you hear someone talking about you and it just feels really weird.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. It's my fucking show. So
Definitely.
I met this guy through my community theater and we had this like explosive romance and we just fit so well. And excuse me. And we performed together and it was almost like my twin flame artistically. And that's really cool. And a lot of people kind of search for that. But I'm just here to tell you that it's overrated. I mean, it can be cool. It was fun while it lasted, and I'm glad I experienced it, but it's not all there is. Like, it's not the only thing that matters. Like, you have to find someone who respects you and someone who it needs to be equal and give and take. And the relationship felt very one-sided, and I was constantly taking care of his needs, and it was dramatic. It was a lot. It was too much. And because we got along so well, kind of like artistically, and our sense of humor was the same, I really wanted to be friends. But he had a lot of feelings still. And that's fine. Looking back, I could have been more patient about that, but I think I was just, I don't know. I was just fucking mad because I was just like, stop. Like, you kind of fucked up the relationship, so you can't be mad at me, and I'm still trying to be your friend. So like, why are you making me the bad guy? And I guess that's the best way to put it. And he probably has a different version, but I think it's been 2 years since I've spoken to him. And the last time, he called me on the phone. I'm like, hey, and then he started up with his whole drama thing where I was being dragged down, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I have my own issues to deal with, and it was just too much, and I wasn't very patient, and I was like, look, I can't really be there for you in that capacity. We're friends, but like, I'm here to tell you the truth and not blow smoke up your ass. Like, get some help, man. Like, figure your shit out. You're an adult. We're not together anymore. He screamed at me, cried, and hung up, and I have not spoken to him in 2 years. And there's part of me that still wishes we could be friends because he was fucking hilarious and awesome to like chill with. But like, man, it was just too much. It's like every time it was like exhausting. And it's like, when you feel like, here's the difference. My ex that I'm friends with, like very close with, the one I dated for 4 years, who I still consider one of my best friends. I love him to death. When I spend time with him or talk to him, I come away from it feeling good. I feel happy. I feel like I was with a friend. I feel good. Whether or not, it's not like he has to be in a great mood all the time or anything, but like, I feel good. And the other one, who I cannot stay friends with, I would come away from it feeling drained, awful. Yeah, that's it. Just drained. And so I was like, okay, we can't be friends, Yeah,
definitely not, especially.
I know that was long-winded, but
hey, that's the show. Be as long as it's our show, and we don't have callers, so we get to ramble the whole time.
I know. I love this.
I don't know why, but for some reason you just triggered a memory. So
good.
My friend, a girl I dated in high school that I'm friends with.
In high school?
In high school.
I've already did in high school.
A Boston accent. I don't know why that happens.
From Chicago.
So she ended up she was like, I think 18 or 20, and she met her husband, and she turned uber Christian, like uber. He was like 15 to 20 years older than her. Like, she was 18, he's like 35 or something. And he did not like me at all because I was this, cute young kid so basically she wasn't allowed near me.
It sucks.
So we started talking probably like 2 years ago after she had reached out after I found out they were breaking up. Now, this guy's a total douche, total douche. And I saw screenshots of some pretty horrible crap. So one day I saw a post that she was a part of that I knew he would see. And I said, look, I asked her permission. I'm like, can I just say something right now? And she's like, yeah, I don't care. So I just put, I'm sorry. I'm one of the people that can testify that Dan's a douche. And, let's just say he didn't like it. And he sends me a message. I'm like, you know what, dude, you want to talk to me? I'm not going to text back and forth. Call me on the phone.
Of course.
This guy I feel people overuse the term narcissist. So I'm just going to say he does have those traits where
Okay.
he, trying to convince you how sells you all bullshit all day.
Mhm.
So I get on the phone with this guy and he, of course, like, I don't know. You don't know me. I don't know how you could judge me. I'm like, dude, I've seen the text messages. I've seen how you talk to your woman. And no man should talk like that, or manipulate and use their kids against their mother. I'm like, I don't
Aw.
know about you, but that sounds like a piece of crap to me. And I proceed to just lay into this guy. And I will say I was not expecting his reaction because he's a Marine, he's a tough guy. He pretty much let me lay into him for nearly an hour straight, asked for examples, and then by the end of the conversation was like, I guess I see your point and I understand why you feel this way. I was actually blown away.
It's
And
so nice when you actually get through to people.
right. And I immediately I was like, hope going forward, this changes the way you're going to approach the situation, particularly because you have kids involved and you should not be getting them in between you two. And he's like, oh, you've given me a lot to think about. And I understand. It was like, wait, holy crap.
Maybe
Like,
he's not a narcissist.
right. Because I pretty much like, okay, I know most people see me as friendly, but yes, I have a dick side to me. And
Mm.
if you get past how do I explain it? If you push me too far or I see you actively hurting other people, friendly Ethan goes away and you get very dead serious. I'm not taking your shit, Ethan. So
Right.
he got
People
that.
should not mistake kindness for weakness. I always say.
Exactly. And people
Mhm.
do that quite often.
I know, and it's such a
Like, oh,
shocker when you pull out the big guns, man.
yeah, they're like, you can't be mean. You're so nice. I'm like, oh, you have no idea.
You don't fucking know me. My
Mm-mm.
life. Yeah, I don't even know how to. I mean, I don't have kids, so like the whole co-parenting thing is. I don't have. I can't speak to that, but yeah, trying to maintain a healthy relationship with an ex when you have a child with them, I cannot imagine. And hats off to people who do it, but I imagine it's hard. But I really do like applaud the people who can just be the adults because you are the adults in the situation and you have people relying on you and very impressionable, developing minds that are
Yes.
precious, that are at stake, and
Well,
don't fuck with that.
I remember when my ex and I split, and we weren't originally on the best of terms because we were splitting.
Like,
One of her concerns, she was really upset. She's like, I don't want to lose my nephew. And I remember that day very clearly. I was like,
oh,
lose your nephew? Why would that ever happen? She's like, well, we're splitting. I'm like, dude, he's your nephew, man. I'm like, I wouldn't jeopardize that. I'm like, my
yeah.
brother wouldn't jeopardize that. Anytime you want to see him, have him spend the night, like the offer's there. And to this day, he
Oh,
still loves his Auntie Lori. He'll occasionally go over there and spend the night. And, I just can't imagine taking a child away from somebody who loves them. Like, that's just crappy. Like, just because you
yeah.
two are getting along doesn't mean you don't do everything you can to make sure your kids are okay.
Yeah. As someone who like lost a lot of people as a child due to like my parents no longer being friends with someone or like being on good terms with someone, like people who I called auntie, that fucking hurts. Like like coming from a child's perspective, like it wasn't, it's not like I don't even know what went on between them, but I just remember not seeing people anymore, and it hurts. It does. Like I have found family friends who had falling outs with my parents on Facebook later, and I like hit them up with just like, "Hey, auntie so and so," like, and they're like, "You remember me?" And I'm like, "Of course I do." And every once in a while, I'm like, well, anyway, it's sad. Don't do that to your kids.
No, it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like if my parents were trying to keep me away from someone who wasn't healthy, like for my development and wasn't a good influence or what have you, I understand that. But there's certain ones who like, you know, decided they didn't want to be friends with like my parents anymore for whatever reason. You know, drama happens. Like life's complicated, but it hurts. Especially when you're a kid and you don't know why, you know? Yeah.
And to be clear, there's a lot of nuance to this conversation. We're not
Yeah, of
trying to
course.
paint it in black and white in any capacity. There's obviously exceptions to everything.
Of course.
You know, of course, there's situations where the best thing one parent could do would be to get the other child away from the unstable parent. So, not saying in every scenario people need to make it work. Definitely not.
Of course. If it's a healthy thing and you can, like I think you should try. The bottom line is you shouldn't be don't be stubborn and don't just like do things out of spite. You know, I understand why teens have drama, but adults drama is usually kind of dumb. I know.
I don't understand it. Like, not saying I've never been involved in a dramatic situation, but almost anything could be solved with just a, hey, dude, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. But people want to go run around and spread rumors or play games or make sure they call out that person on Twitter to show
like,
how righteous they are. Like,
yeah, or just make sure like I feel like if people are like I hate generalizing, like other people do this and I don't. Like I'm of course I'm guilty of this. That's how I can speak on it. Like I've been reluctant to reach out to people in the past to fix things because I felt like if I did, it meant it was my fault. And you know, of course I've learned that that's just fucking stupid. But I understand. Like I understand why things feel that way. So, but honestly, like if like you said, there's a lot of nuance to this, and sometimes you shouldn't reach out to people because boundaries are important and some people aren't worthy of your time. So I get that.
that's true.
Yeah, like Ethan said, like there's always nuance to what we're talking about.
Yes.
Dessert.
Remember, we rainbow barf across the screen. So, yeah. Where does the stigma around you can't be friends with an ex come from? Honestly,
Because people think that you're always gonna fuck each other.
I want to say this as nicely as possible, but I think it goes to emotional maturity and not trust. Like, for instance, when you get someone who's like, I don't trust other people around their exes, maybe that's because they don't trust themselves around their exes.
They don't understand how you could be friends with their ex because they're like, I could never because I would fuck my ex or I don't they don't have any positive experiences with an ex or something, you know. Did that make sense?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I lost you for a second. Where'd you go?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. Your eyes did that thing. A squirrel ran across the screen. It was Bandaid.
Yeah, Bandaid always distracts me. What the hell was I gonna say?
Everything always distracts you. We were talking about why can't you be friends or people like where does that saying come from? Like friends exes can't be friends, you know?
We have a time out real quick. I'm super excited. So I got on some ADHD medicine that sucked. So I got off.
I thought you were gonna say you were on ADHD medication. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, I'm not. But I found, let's just say I found a recommendation that I'm going to be starting tomorrow. It's for people like me who apparently have the negative reaction to like the amphetamine salts, who get like anxiety. So I am super excited. It's shown some success in some of the studies I've read. So
Hey, good luck to you. That's exciting.
It is. Now, back to the stigma around not being friends.
I have a story. Okay, after.
It has to go to, I think, emotional maturity as well. And again, there are people you just can't be friends with. I'm not saying you always need to be friends with your exes, but there are times where sometimes there's bigger shit and you just need to let certain things go. And like me, dude, I honestly don't want to go my life without Lori. And I don't mean that like I want her like to be with her.
You want her part of your life.
I need her to be a part of my life because we bonded we had trauma bonds, as I said. So we have this unshakable, unbreakable friendship that means more to me than. And
Okay.
if any woman comes in my life and tries to change that, they're going to lose, because I when I was at my lowest, she was there.
Yeah, she understands things about you that probably no one else will.
Right. And when I am at my lowest, she's the one person. Sorry, there are two people I can call, but there are more than
She's
that
one
I
of
can
them,
call.
right?
But she's the one person I can call that can instantly turn my mood around. Like, I could be
Aw.
in a horrible condition and she always knows how to make me laugh. So I need that. And that's hard to find, because if I can't cheer myself up, which I usually can, then I need somebody to cheer me up. She could do that.
Yeah, you're reminding me that after my ex and I broke up, there was at least one time, maybe a couple, and I feel bad. I always feel like a fucking burden, so it's like hard for me to like.
Dude, same.
I know, I'm like, you shouldn't have to. It's not your responsibility, but it's like that's what friends are for, right? Like I would do that for my friend. We're
Did
so
you know,
forgiving for everyone but ourselves.
why is that? Did you know that's also a side effect of ADHD?
What the fuck?
That,
I'm
yeah,
finding out so many crazy things about ADHD just from talking to other people that like I'm like, oh my God. Like
well, yeah, I spent like an hour and a half talking to this guy, uh, let's say a credible individual who is very involved in mental health and is
okay.
brilliant, and learning about the important differences between BPD and ADHD. So, for instance, from my understanding now, one of the myths around bipolar is that people think you have these immediate swings, like 1 minute you're hyper and it's not. It's longer. Where ADHD, you have those rapid mood swings like you and I can have. We could be super anxious or down one moment, and then the next minute we're like,
Then you're a maniac the next.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly, the
Mhm.
vibrating ball of energy. Um,
Yes. Yeah. I had a psychiatrist who was like, I don't know what's going on with you. I like there's bipolar 1 and 2, but I think you're like bipolar spectrum. And I'm like, what? And ADHD.
um,
Oh, but I was saying something before you and I we
oh
got distracted.
yes, I'm glad you.
Um, you reminded me on how there was a couple times when I would call my ex after we broke up, like long while after we broke up, even like maybe right before, when he was like the person I knew I could talk to when I was feeling like really, really low at like, when your mind goes to like scary places low. He was like the one person I could talk to who I know wouldn't freak out and could just listen, and him just being there and kind of just talking me through it really helped. I mean, I was with him for 4 years, and he was with me when I made that transition of not being medicated or diagnosed with anything to like, oh my God, so many things are going on with you. Here you go. So he knows. It's just like that's something that no one else is ever gonna really understand about me, or like or see the difference of when I went from undiagnosed off the rails to starting my journey of mental health. So yeah, I mean, we've been through a lot of crazy times. So I feel like not just because he was there, and he could have been anyone, but I feel like he's invaluable and irreplaceable in that way because of the person he was during that time and the person he still is. So I don't want to live without him. I don't.
No,
Yeah.
I totally get that. There are certain people in our lives, exes, friends, family, that it's better when they are in our lives.
Yes, like I said, when I talk to him, I come away feeling better. And that's not a good enough reason to like want to spend the rest of your life with someone. But it's a good reason to keep them in your life as a friend, you know?
Yes. And
Yeah.
imagine, dude, like how much better the world would be if we all just like worked together and tried, instead of trying to fight, we tried to be civil. We fought
It's hard.
to be, you know, work with other people as civilly as possible. I'm kind of rambling here, but like
No, you're fine.
I remember like one of the conversations I had with my ex, it's like a year ago. Oh, about 9 months ago. And it was kind of when we were still in our like not best phase, but we were getting back to, our close selves. And we're walking and I brought up like the YouTube thing. And she looked right at me. She's like, because I had been having a disagreement with two of my friends on how to proceed, because two of the friends wanted to do a business with me and stuff. And she looked right at me. She's like, don't listen to them. She goes, your instincts have always been spot on. And this whole YouTube thing is you, and you're going to make it. She goes, just keep doing what you're doing. And it was like such a supportive thing to say. And
I
it's like,
agree with her.
and it made me so happy. I was like, wow, she's so supportive. And I needed that because I was starting to question what I was doing on YouTube and if I was doing it right and if I should like get involved with these other two people in a more business sense. And man, am I glad I didn't do that.
Me
And
too.
And that's what is frustrating though, because I am somebody that the more I learn, the more I want my epistemology to be, I guess it's sound. I don't know if that's the correct way to use it, but
Okay.
and at the same time, I go off my gut and my gut's reliable. Well, people, in the theist community use that. Well, it's just a feeling. And it's like, no, I need to find a way to be able to explain my gut a little bit better, because if all I'm just doing is going off feelings, then I'm no better than the people I'm arguing with. And I'm a skeptic. I'm not supposed to be relying on feelings.
Yeah, but I mean, I think there's explanations for those feelings, and you can.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like I the reason I feel this way is because I have logically weighed it out, and you know what I mean. Like I've thought this through, and now I feel this way, or another. I want to tell another X story just to like
Please
prove some people wrong or right. I don't know. About how you can be friends with your ex and not have any weird feelings happen or shadiness or anger or whatever. I mean, on my side, for all I know, he hated me the entire time. My ex, no,
I hate you.
I don't know. He was also okay, I have to start from the beginning. So there's this guy I did in high school. Bless him. I will always adore this person. We just kind of drifted apart. It's not like we're not friends. I texted him like happy birthday, I think. So like we're on when I found out a show that I know he would like was on Netflix, I was like, oh my God, so like we're on that terms. Yeah, I was like, you would love this, so like we're on that terms.
Was that your like, oh, never mind, I almost said something. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Like Varsity Girl? That's what it sounds like.
I would call it Valley Girl.
Valley Girl. Okay, Valley Girl.
Yeah. I'm from California. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Thomas hates it when I do that. He's like, oh, you sound like you're so California. And I'm like, I am California. So anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, so a guy I texted, a guy I dated in high school who was actually my best friend, who then we dated, didn't work out, and then we kind of had this weird on and off thing, and then we were just friends. He needed a roommate, or he needed a place. He was looking for a place to live, and I was living with my now ex, my 4-year boyfriend at the time. And I was like, hey, you've met my ex, this person. What do you think of him? And he's like, oh, he's great. And I was like, okay, well, would you like him as a roommate? I know he's my ex. And he's like, yeah, that'd be great. So I was living with my boyfriend and my ex at the time, and we all had a great time. Yeah. And it worked. And there was never any weirdness on my part, at least. He had a girlfriend at one point who, when she found out that I was his ex, they broke up.
Oh, what are my exes called? One of my exes is on the phone.
I want to hear.
Oh, sweet. Trina, are you there?
Trina.
Yes, I am.
Trina, you're on with Hannah. And
Hi.
your best buddy, Ethan. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you guys?
Good. Dude.
Good. So can I have a timeline? Like when y'all dated, right?
Yes.
Okay, timeline.
20 years ago.
If I let me know if I'm describing this accurately, Trina, and please. Well, I know you'll tell me to fuck off if I'm wrong. You have described me as the one who got away. Is that correct?
Yeah, right.
Oh, come on. Oh, you.
I was gonna say, Ethan, you're flattering the fuck out of yourself right now.
No, I'm pretty sure you've said that, fucker.
Maybe like 10 years ago, but
Maybe like in the moment.
right now.
That's
What the
amazing.
fuck
Something's
is it?
beeping.
What is that?
I don't know. Trina, are you calling someone while you're calling us? It's beeping.
There's a beeping.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't
you can't hear it? That's weird. It must be something on our end. Let's just
I
try
don't
to
hear
ignore
it.
it.
Okay, hopefully that goes away.
So,
Dude, what is that?
that's so weird. Trina, do you want to try to call back really quick?
Or can I
I
call
can
you
try
back?
calling back. We just have a bad connection.
Here, I'll
So
call
weird.
you.
It's like beep, beep, beep. I'm sorry.
That was weird. All right, let
Yeah,
me
I
make
would
sure.
pretend to ignore that, but that was too much.
No, yeah, that was bad. All right, let
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, no worries. I'm excited for this.
Let me call back. Call back. There we go. It's calling back.
Okay, good.
Okay, hopefully no beeping this time.
Her cheek touching the screen. You think so?
I think so. Trina?
Hello, is it gone?
I hope so.
far, so good. It sounded like your cheek was pressing the buttons.
It was going. Bop, bop,
Well,
bop.
that's really weird because there's no buttons on my phone, so I don't know what it would have been pressing.
I'm ready for you to roast Ethan.
She will.
Give me
I'm
the
not
tea.
gonna roast him.
How
Not
did he
only do I
fuck
not have
up?
the time to roast him, I told him I would call because we've been friends for over 20 years. He's the only ex that I'm even friends with. The rest of them I can't stand. And that's like I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, so I go to bed early. And so I said, yes, I will call and make him happy, like I always do, and come to your rescue.
Oh, you're so sweet, Trina. Why does this make me nervous?
You know, I love you. You know, you're always one of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
I would.
And I don't know how
hope
the
so.
hell we still get along so well, because some days I could literally kill you, but you're hilarious, and we've always just, yes, we bicker, yes, we go back and forth, and no, I hate you, yeah, I hate you more, but yeah, this is like, we've always been compatible friendship wise, and we'll be forever.
Aw.
Aww.
So yes, we dated in high school. So yeah,
Yeah, long time.
yeah.
Back in the day.
We actually clicked really, really well, did we not?
Yeah, we did. We really did.
Yeah.
It just wasn't meant to be.
Do you know how we met though? I was talking
Yeah,
do you want to tell
my
me?
friend, my best friend.
I was talking to
Oh
her
man,
best
that
friend
was amazing.
online, and Trina was meeting me to make sure I wasn't a creep, and we ended up totally like hitting it off and hooking up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, that's what worked.
She was the first girl I ever messed around in a car with.
Okay.
Well, like that much. I mean, like.
Wow. This isn't Whole Foods person, is it?
I didn't know that. That's cool.
No. Whole Foods was when I actually lost my virginity.
Oh, Trina.
Trina was
So close.
We almost did.
Yeah, almost, but didn't go there.
Oh, wait. Do you want to tell the later your story? What happened like years later, or do you not want to talk about that?
Let's save that for the next show.
Okay.
Ethan can tell me off
I have
camera
more
another
time
time.
to get into it because I'm going to bed soon. So I literally I'm calling, telling you guys, hey, yeah, we dated, we're still friends, love you. But I'm
Okay.
going to bed soon because I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So.
All right, real quick, Hannah, do you have any questions you'd like to ask Trina before we let her go?
Trina, you got to get to bed. But okay, who fucked up? Did you fuck up or did Ethan fuck up?
Oh, he did big time.
Okay, Okay, that's all I want to know.
Big time.
That's fair.
Ethan,
Yep.
did you say sorry?
I think I have.
Oh, he's sorry. Oh, he's still sorry. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
sorry.
You better be.
Yes, I've apologized, I think, a number of times.
Trina, has he apologized?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Profusely. Yes.
Good. Good. All right. Well,
Uh,
hey, you get to bed. I'm glad you called. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Trina.
No problem. I will be calling again. I love you guys. I love your show. So have fun.
Aw,
Thank
thanks.
you so much.
I am. After we get off there, I'm so giving her shit because she told me I was the one who got away. So I am going to give her a hard time.
Hey, that's embarrassing. You don't, well, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's described me as that. Probably, honestly. I would get broken up with all the time, and then the boyfriends would always want to like hit me up after, and I'd be like, fuck off. It's still, like I said, there's the 3 boys I like dated for a long time in high school, like a year, more than a year. I consider that a long time in high school. 2 of them I'm friends with. One of them, and like still to this day, will be like, how are you? And it's like, bite me, go die.
Bite me, go die?
Bite me? No, that's what I want to say, but I'm just not gonna fucking respond. I forgot what my point was. Why did I start saying that?
I actually don't know.
Exes in high school. I don't know. Whatever. But okay. Yeah. Like I don't know if I'm the one that got away, but it makes me think that probably because there's been a lot of times where like they'll break up with me or we'll break up or whatever. And they'll be like, wait, but I fucked up. And I'm like, I don't care.
So here's how I screwed up. I was infatuated with another woman for like, since I would like, so there was the girl I was infatuated with was like my first kiss. I had a crush on her since I was like 12 years old. So when she had come into the picture, it was like, oh, dude, this is like.
You had to.
And
was it worth it, Ethan? Was it worth it?
No.
Are you okay? I'm gonna ask you if you meant that later.
Well, no. Okay. Well, how do I say this?
Like it was fun, but in the long run, it's like, okay, well, it didn't last anyway, so whatever.
In the long run, I don't think Trina and I would have made it, but she was by far a more compatible partner than the person I had left her for.
You fucking dick.
Yeah. Like, because, dude, Trina, like, was willing to do anything for me. Like, she was sounds
like she was the one that got away, actually. TBH.
No, she wasn't well, I guess you could say in a way, there's probably.
You let a good girl go.
Yes. Trina's a good girl. And yeah, we would like cutely bicker so much. We had a lot of fun together. And then we had fun together later, a few years in the bar, a few years later down the line after her breakup. But I'll let her tell that story.
Those are always so much fun.
Oh, it's a story for you, but I would feel better if she told it.
I'm trying to think I'm like, are there any exes that I'm missing? Because I always like to think like, oh, I'm friends with all my exes, but I'm like, wait, but I have a lot of exes. So
same.
But like the ones that lasted a long time, like for the most part, I'm friends with, you know?
Dude,
so
here's an interesting tidbit.
I love tidbits.
After I get better out of my depression and like out of the seizures and all that stuff, this was also when I was becoming a secular humanist. And as I learned more and thought and reflected on everything I'd done, I started like apologizing to people. And I'm like, holy shit, I was a douche to this girl when I was 22. Let me send her a message. Like, because I just felt like crap because I had realized like all the times I had, even though I didn't mean it in a harmful way, I was shitty or manipulative or took advantage. So yeah, there was actually a lot of I shouldn't say a lot of exes, just people who I like. My later thoughts made me feel bad for how I was, so I apologized.
I would love to get some messages like that.
She's
I'd love
dude,
it.
dude. There's times I'll fight with someone on Facebook, and the next morning be so like upset with myself for getting emotionally heated that I'm writing them an apology. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. It made me so damn mad.
Mine's normally like, I'm sorry that I was not making any sense and was in like a just manic tirade and started sending you weird like videos that were out of context. I don't know. Like, no, I was saying I would love to get messages like that, not give them. I'm never fucking wrong.
Oh.
No, I've totally been in the wrong many a time, and I think I'm quick to apologize.
Thomas, you're in the comments. Can you confirm or deny that story?
Am I quick to apologize? I am. We resolve our problems so quickly. We'll be like, and then we're like, sorry. I love you. We're really good at communicating.
Oh, that's here. I can't put the comment on screen yet. I'm waiting for it to pop up in StreamYard, but Thomas just made an excellent comment. I understand the feeling of wanting to apologize to girls after I matured more, but girls often think that's an attempt to get them back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I agree,
Can confirm.
but it really depends, in my opinion, on your approach and your lingo. Like I am like, I choose what I say carefully. I'll usually be like, dude, you got 5 minutes for a phone call. I'll do something like that. Like, I just want to let you know, please don't think this is anything else, but blah, 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 blah. And I go into it, and, you know, fortunately it's worked out every time, actually. So I'm pretty lucky.
You're a good guy, Ethan.
I'm trying to be, because I was a douche for too long.
Hey, and I'm a good girl because Thomas says she just apologized the other day. She's pretty fast to make things right. That's right.
Okay, so we have two callers.
We have callers?
But I'm not picking them up just in case. To the callers, I have to set up the auto screener. So let me connect as a screener, because I got to make sure they're not trolls. Like,
we could just not take them.
No. People call the show. They want to get on. I want them to get on.
I know. I'm kidding.
I need a friggin', if anyone is interested in screening on Thursday nights, I found a Sunday screener for my Sunday show, a Tuesday screener for Tuesday show. I don't have one for our Thursday show. So if anyone is willing to screen, we definitely need it.
Yeah, hit us up if you want to be a screener for the pickup line. Don't let people through who are going to yell profanities.
Yeah, that's true. Now, granted, it does look like we do have their phone numbers. So if they are trolls, I could always be like, I'm going to give your phone number out on the air. But I'd feel better if I did this. See,
yeah. Are you going to mute me first? Are you going to mute yourself for a second? And I just chit chat?
I'm going to pull it up through my cell phone.
I can hear it, by the way.
Okay. I'm going on mute.
Okay. All right. So while Ethan goes on mute, he is going to screen. And like we mentioned a moment ago, we are looking for a screener for Thursday nights, 9 to 10 p.m. Central, which is right now-ish. But we can walk you through how to do that if you're interested. Preferably someone who can read people well and weed out the people who are going to yell profanities on our show. We got a couple more minutes left, so I'm ready for some good stories. I think exes can be friends. Some of them aren't worth it. Take it from someone who knows. It looks like Ethan's almost ready. How do people apply? That's a really good question. You wish it into existence. You ask the universe. No, find either of us on Facebook. Links are in the bio. And hit us up. Send us a message. My boyfriend keeping me in check. How do people apply, Hannah? Are we ready? No, it keeps talking. He's talking? Okay. Well, so Ethan's screening this caller. So I'm going to just keep chatting with you guys. What else? So the thing that Thomas was saying about apologizing to girls, but them thinking it's you trying to get back with them.
I'm an idiot.
You should still do it if they deserve their apology, though. Try to word it right. But as a woman, I can say that when guys have apologized to me, if they didn't word it right, I'm like, this guy, the audacity, thinks he can walk back into my life. So, maybe write a couple drafts out first. And, girls, you can apologize to guys too, even though we're normally right.
No, you're not always right. Although
I said normally.
X, is probably always right.
I'm always right. And when I'm wrong, I'm not.
Okay, time out. I'll be back.
Okay, I think he's putting me back on mute. He just had to unmute me to let me know that I'm not always right, which is bullshit. In case anyone's wondering, this talking to yourself thing while you're waiting for your co-host to come back is a little tricky, but I think I'm doing a good job. So thanks to everyone who's tuning in tonight. We got a couple minutes left. I think he's actually talking to the person right now.
The show you're calling right now is on dating, relationships, and sex. But if you want to call back Tuesday, yes, that's what the Tuesday show is, when we tackle religion, God, and all that other good stuff. Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Yes. Awesome. Thank you.
That reminds me.
Call back. I'm on the air right now, but call back
yourself. Tuesday. Okay, that reminds me. One of my exes I could not be friends with because I was way too atheist for him. And I knew that if we continued to stay close, I'd somehow end up insulting his Catholic mother. Which apparently I did all the time, inadvertently. So I guess someone, if you didn't catch that, Ethan unmuted himself for a second. And it sounds like someone was calling in probably to debate God with us. And while I always love doing that, Thursday nights are not for that. That's when we take a break and we talk about universal things that theists and atheists can relate on, which is boinking, loving, and doink and dating. And dating. You're still muted, Ethan.
Whatever she said.
Yeah, winking, doinking, and dating.
The first caller I had to get rid of because they wanted to talk about the Bible, so I let them know that that's the Tuesday night show topic. However, we do have a caller who did. Monica, you are on with Ethan and Hannah. How are you?
Okay, what? I think we just got muted again. And I heard music, so I don't know if that was what is happening. Oh my gosh. I'm really curious.
You know what's awesome? They tried blasting the show, so I muted it. And they started swearing, and they thought they were on the air the whole time.
Hell yeah.
I do have that person's phone number, though.
Give it to me. We're going to call him Monica. I got your number. We gonna find you.
Ooh, yeah. Like, I am so glad I had my finger on the mute. Did you hear anything?
It went.
Good. Okay. I
thought someone was playing music. I was like, I don't know what just happened.
Because it was FU, FU, BITCH, FU, FU, just a lot of words. It was just repeating it like they were trying to blast our show. And
the show was on?
Work, and you gave me your phone number, so nice job.
I wonder if it's someone who hates me. I told you, I'm not on good terms with all my exes. Most of them because I'm awesome. But some of them seem to think otherwise. And I'm willing to take responsibility if you can convince me I was wrong. The ones I was wrong, I already apologized.
This is why we need a screener.
Honestly, that was hilarious. You're like, Monica, you're on. I thought it was music. And then it muted. That's all I heard. No.
Yes. I'm so happy because it's like, and then I was going to reply to her, but I'm like, wait, if I'm muted, she won't be able to hear me right now. So never mind. But she thought she got on the air and she didn't. Oh, shucks.
Because she wanted to say, wait, I love that we swear all the time, but then you're like, they wanted to come on and say FU, BITCH.
Well, they were clearly trying to troll, and I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if someone swears, but I'm not.
I'll do it for you. Fuck you, bitch, Monica. It's my show. We're at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we are. So everyone, if you like what we do, Hannah and I are here every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we tackle dating, relationships, and sex. Every week we have a new topic. By the way,
We tackle it.
To our top tier patrons: Jonathan Friedel, Cindy PLAZA, Kenneth, Leonard, Kathy Letto, JumpandShoot, Oz, Philip Leitch, Kaitlyn Beyond. All of you are awesome. Thank you for everyone who stayed engaged in the comments. Thank you to the callers, except the one who failed to troll us. And
Failure.
Hannah, do you got anything going on?
No.
Well, all right, then.
This.
All right, well,
Texas is no longer frozen over. And I'm getting a new car soon, and I'll see you next Thursday. This is the highlight of my week. So thank you, Ethan, and thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you for our wrench holders. Our chats are pretty tame, so I hope it's not like you have to do a lot, but I appreciate you being here.
yeah, same. And also, I'm here every Tuesday night with
Cooper Gates. Thank you. No one is too atheist to be a partner.
the Pickle just got its first super chat.
What?
Oh wait, was this our first?
We've had 2 super chats.
Yeah,
this is
last
like
week.
Third, but third time's the charm.
Thank you, Cooper. That was very generous.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you saying that. I would like to think so, but not everyone agrees.
Every Tuesday, I host a show called The Perspective. This coming Tuesday, Jenna Belk and Kenneth Leonard will be co-hosting. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time, where we tackle supernatural claims, belief in aliens, conspiracy theories. This past Tuesday, Katie Montgomery was on, and we had somebody who believed that, let's just say, white persecution. They believe white persecution is a real thing, and it will soon be a criminalized. Yeah. Soon being white would be criminalized. Not joking, that's what it was about. And then every Sunday, we have a show with Jenna Belk on mental health. I'm serious.
No. It's going to be illegal to be white.
Yes, that was the claim.
Who's going to make those laws? All the white people in power? You are kidding me.
No,
okay.
I'm dead serious.
I'm sorry for screaming, but no, I want to. When is that? Wait, no, that already happened.
That already happened. But after the call ended, he sent me a message. He wants to call back again. So I'm sure that conversation will continue. Also, Holy Kool-Aid, thank you for the super chat.
Cheers. Thanks for the show, he said.
You can thank him personally tonight. Give him a big hug and kiss for me.
I'll give him a big old something. I'll give him the old razzle dazzle.
I still blush when it comes to talking about sex. Like that.
I said razzle dazzle.
I know.
You goof. I love you to death. Thanks, everyone. See you next Thursday.
Good night.